Hi everyone, welcome back to another day of notes. Today we're going to talk about writing linear equations, and there's two ways to do it, from a graph and from a table. So from a graph, let's go ahead and get started. So step one is to find your slope, which we call m. When you have a graph, you should be doing rise over run. Okay. Step two is to find your y-intercept, your b. And then step three is to fill in the m and the b into the equation y equals mx plus b. So m and b should always be a number, where the x and the y should always be a letter. Okay? So example one, write the equation in the line below. First thing I'm going to do is find the slope. So I'm going to pick 2 points. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go to the next point. So to do that, I'm going to go down 2. So because I went down, it's a -2. And then I'm going to go over 3. So my slope, which I'm going to do rise over run for, my rise was -2, my run was +3. So my slope is -2/3. Now my y-intercept is where it's crossing the y-axis, which is right here. Okay? So my b is a +4. Now that I have my m and my b, I fill in the equation y equals, where did I put it? mx plus b. Instead of the letter m, I'm going to put the number for m, and instead of the letter b, I'm going to put the number for b. So now I have y equals -2/3 x plus 4. Okay? For b, I do the exact same thing. I picked this point, and I picked another point. Where did I put that other point? What did I do? Oh, dear gosh. Where did I put my other point? I picked one. Because this only had 1 point, there it is. I just put another point on here. So I did my rise over run again. My rise, I didn't go up or down. So my rise is 0, but my run from this point to the point I picked is, where is it? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, is a +4. I know I typed this in. Anyway, so I have a 0 for my rise and a run of +4. So I simplify that. 0 divided by 4 is 0. So that is my slope. Okay? My y-intercept is where it's crossing the y-axis, which is right here. That is at -7. So now I'm going to go ahead and fill in my equation. My m is 0. My b is -7. So I get y equals 0x. And instead of a plus, I'm just going to use this minus sign from the 7. So -7. Now I can simplify this further because 0x I don't need. That just disappears. And what I get is, there it is, y equals -7. That is my final equation. Okay? So now you guys are going to try these 2 examples on your own. Now writing it from a table is very similar. We're going to do the same steps. We're going to find our slope and our y-intercept and then write our equation. So slope, we talked about multiple ways you could do this. You could use the formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or you could look to see what's happening, the change in y over the change in x. And that's what I decided to do. Let's find the change in y over the change in x. So I just started at a couple points. So like the change in y, I'm starting at 3. 3 to 5, I add 2. 5 to 7, I'm adding 2. So my change in y is +2. For my change in x, 2 to 3 is +1. 3 to 4 is +1. So my slope, whoop, that's my dog sneezing. He's a little weird. Sorry about that. So my slope is +2 over +1, and I need to simplify that. So it actually is 2. Now my y-intercept is actually the point where x is 0. Anytime you see a 0 for x, that y value is your y-intercept. So this point right here, did I circle it? I should have circled it. I don't know why it's not. There it is my y-intercept. That is the point where you would plot on the y-axis. Okay? So my B, my y-intercept, is -1. Okay? Now that I have my m and my b, I go ahead and fill in my equation of y equals mx plus b. Instead of m, I'm going to put a 2. Instead of b, I'm going to put a -1. So my equation is y equals 2x minus 1. Okay? Here, I do the same thing. I'm going to look for my change in y over my change in x. So to 15 and 18, I added 3. 18 and 21, I added 3. So that's my change in y. My change in x, I'm going to add 2, and then I'm going to add 2. So my change in y over change in x is 3 over 2, and I can't simplify that, so that is my slope. And b is this 0, 9 right here. That's the ordered pair form. So I just go ahead and write the y. So b is 9. So I'm filling in my equation, y equals mx plus b, but 3 halves is my m, and 9 is my b. So my final equation would be y equals 3 halves x plus 9. Okay? And lastly, you guys are going to try these two on your own. Another way you could go ahead and deal with a table is to graph the points and look at the graph. That would work too. That will take a little bit more time and is a little bit more challenging if a graph is not provided. So please go ahead and practice it this way so you can get used to it. Okay? And really practice identifying your y-intercepts. If you guys have any questions, please write them down. I'll answer them next class. And that's it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.